Hi, this is Cindy Rogers Knuckles. This is video 1 for the Scrap Simple March Club Woodlandia. So I thought it would be a good idea to show you how you can use the Woodlandia Frames and Banners brush set. Um, we're going to create some photo mats so that you can use the frames for photos, but they're also really good for just like putting a title or journaling in. They're just really fun, and also to add flowers, that kind of thing. So let's start off with the heart frame. Let's see how I've got the photo in here. And I basically just created a mask to go under the heart, under the vines and leaves. And you can see here that I wasn't real careful about going outside of the shape, and I did that on purpose because I think it looks cool, to be kind of messy. You can of course make it more precise if you would like, but this is kind of um, the look that I went for, the look that I like. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to duplicate this by just holding down the Alt or Option key and dragging it. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those two items. And I'm going to group them together. Okay. You can group things together so that they stay by selecting each of the layers and then clicking on this little lock here in the bottom of your layers palette. And I do that all the time just to keep things together, to keep layers together. Okay, so you want to create a new layer underneath your heart. And make sure we get the right one. I'm just going to click on there and then drag it and make sure. So it's an empty layer. And I'm going to make sure my foreground color is black. Actually, I think I'll change it to a gray. Okay. And then I'm going to select my brush tool. And I'm just going to use a round, soft brush. And these are just in your basic brushes that come with Photoshop and Photoshop Elements. Okay, so I'm just going to get a big, let's see if, yeah, 300 is pretty good. Okay. Now, if see how it's just, you just start painting. It's just a soft edge, and so you can just do that. Or you could lower the opacity a bit so you have a little bit more control over how opaque you want it. I kind of like to set it between 59 and 60. And there you go. See how easy that is? And then I'm just going to make a duplicate of this picture. And then I'm going to clip that by holding down my Alt or Option key, plus put my cursor right between those two layers, and then that clips it. And I like how, it's kind of spilling out over the edge. Now, if you don't like that, if you want it to be more precise, you can go ahead and paint it in like this, and then you can take an eraser brush, a soft eraser brush, and get rid of that. I need to rasterize this. Okay. Actually, sorry about that. We'd want to do that on the mask layer. You'd want to erase. So if you want it to be more precise and fit within the boundaries of the frame, then you just erase the mask. Okay? So you can see how easy that is. Okay, so now let's take this shape. This is the laurels, and it doesn't quite go all the way around, and you can put some flowers there or some text, whatever you want. Again, I'm going to create a new layer and drag it underneath my laurel. And I'm going to grab that soft round brush again. Ooh, now we've got green. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm just grabbing my same picture. Since this picture is a light color background, it just kind of blends right in with the white paper, but of course it would show up if you had a colored paper. And then you could erase, just like we did up here if you wanted. So you can see how just the soft round brush that comes with Photoshop and Photoshop Elements is very effective to make your own photo masks. Okay, so let's find say you don't want to use the round soft brush. You want to get a little bit more artsy. Well, I've got Spatter Me brush from my Spatter Me brushes, and make sure I have a blank layer underneath this laurel, this oval laurel, and then I can just, well, that's not quite what I want to do. I want to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to make a copy of that same photo. I need to make it bigger. And I would erase. You know, that's a little bit more artsy. Might not be your thing, but I'm just trying to give you some ideas that you can use, you know, pretty much any of your, your brushes that have solid areas to create masks for these frames or any frames really. So you can get pretty artsy with these frames or get more precise if you want your photos to stay within the shape of the brush or the shape that you're working with. This technique works with any frame that you might have and that you want to create a nice soft mask. Just remember to use the soft round brush that comes in your basic brushes. Okay, well, thank you so much again for purchasing the club, and I hope you have fun playing with these brushes and the whole club, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Have a great day.